911 emergency, what are you reporting?
Yeah, we need an ambulance on Fairfax and Wilshire.
In this video, hear the shocking last words from famous rappers before their tragic deaths. Listen to them reveal their most personal thoughts as death approaches. Thoughts that they shared with their closest friends. You're gonna hear last words from Tupac, Biggie Smalls, XXXTentacion, and Foolio. First up is Tupac Shakur. What were Tupac's shocking last words before his tragic passing? There are several conflicting testimonies from multiple witnesses about what he said. One from a police officer on the scene and one from his label owner. Both held conversations with the rapper in his final days and hours. In this clip, Suge Knight reveals what Pac said to him in the ambulance ride to the hospital.
You know, bam, I'm shot in the head, I'm about to die, you know. And once you do that, you can't drive nowhere. My whole thing was, Pac, he was shot. I'm like, you shot? I'm finna get you to the hospital. I'm driving, telling him I'm finna get to the hospital, kick back. Pac looked at me and said, you know what? You need the doctor more than me. You the one shot in your head. And we laughed the whole time going to find out I went to the hospital. That's the conversation we had. It wasn't, Pac was a man the whole time. It wasn't that he was like, oh, I'm shot. He cracking jokes. He like, yeah, they shot me. He said, but you shot in your head. Look at your head bleed. Look how much it's bleed. That was Pac. And I'm like, man, shut up, I'm gonna get you to the doctor.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They love me. We was in the, we was going in, we was on the thing that was getting there. I like, Pac, we the last one left. When we talking, this is how we talking. He said, homie, I'm straight. I love you, homie. I'm gonna be straight. I love you too. Woo. That's what.
But before that even happened, a police officer reveals what Pac said. The police officer tried to get Pac to confess who shot him, and Pac said this to him.
Now he's looking at me, so we're looking at each other in the eyes, and this is kind of the first time he's even acknowledging my presence. And he looked at me, and I could tell he was getting the breath together to tell me, and he looked me right in the eyes, and we looked at each other, and he said, you. And he said it just like that, with the emphasis on that F.
The next one is XXXTentacion. What were XXXTentacion's last words to his friends, family, and fans before he died? Did he share words of wisdom, sorrow, encouragement, or regret? X did not do either of these. Instead, he left a strange message to family, friends, and fans before he died. X had a feeling that he was about to die very soon. 6 months prior to his death, he left a strange message about being sacrificed and what he wants his legacy to be when he's gone.
All right, let's say worst thing comes to worst, you can die a tragic death or something, and I'm not able to see out my dreams. I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message and were able to make something of themselves and able to take my message and use it and turn it into something positive and to at least have a good life. I at least, if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy, or they found some sort of answers or resolve in my life, regardless of the negative around my name, regardless of the bad things people say to me. I don't give a. I know my goal in the end, and I know what I want for everyone.
Legends in the artwork. That was a conversation with you and X?
Yep.
That was the first time you guys connected?
Yep. We had a couple deep conversations. We planned on, I ain't never met him in person, we planned on linking up.
What was the last conversation you guys had?
About us meeting. I FaceTimed him, I'm like, because he said something the day before, and I was like, oh yeah, you was right about that. I was in the car when he got shot, and then at the photo shoot, that's when I found out that he passed. I was like, damn, bro.
Next up, Biggie Smalls. Listen to this heartbreaking 911 phone call between a dispatcher and Biggie's friend crying for help. Screams of desperation can be heard as the caller gives the dispatcher directions.
Yeah, we need an ambulance on Fairfax and Wilshire. Please, Los Angeles. We have a man shot. We're in the car right now. We're rolling to the hospital right now. I don't know. I'm not from here. I'm from New York. Yeah, you gotta go back. You gotta turn around, Jimmy. You're going the wrong way. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? What's going on? Big, you hear me, baby?
As Biggie's life began to flash before his eyes, friends tried to keep him alive. Biggie had had several final conversations before his tragic passing. One was with his bodyguard, another was with Diddy. Listen to how their last conversation went.
Listen, this is what happened. When Kenny got in the car,
yeah,
and Puff said, yo, I told him, yo, stay right here and let the ambulance come to us, y'all. And Puff made the decision. No, we going to the hospital. Kenny, you know where the hospital at? So then Kenny said, yeah, I know where the hospital at. Somebody told me it was a hospital 2 blocks away from the Peterson Museum.
Okay, so you guys go to Cedars-Sinai.
Right, but it took us like 30 minutes to get there.
And by the time you get there, is he already dead in the car or not yet?
No, I couldn't even tell you. Because what I did was I said, whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. Keep him up. Don't let him close his eyes. Keep him up. That's his last word. And then Kenny said, I'm going to take you to the hospital, Big. Big, I'm going to get you to the hospital. And the last words I heard Big said, just do it. I said that shit could have been a Nike commercial.
Did you see him? Did you look at him when he's shot? You spoke to him when he shot up.
Yeah, I spoke to him.
And
I didn't speak to him. Kenny, I'm in front of him. When Puff got in the back seat of him, in the back seat, and I'm telling you, whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. Don't let him go to sleep. I'm in front of him. I'm in front, right here in Big, talking to Big. Y'all don't let him go to sleep. Yo, Big, stay up, Big. Don't let him go to sleep.
And then boom.
And then Kenny said, yo, Big, I'm gonna get you to the hospital. And Big just said, just do it. That's the last thing I heard him say.
In the very last days leading up to Julio Foolio's tragic death, there was multiple attempts on his life. One of the very last interviews, he shared his final thoughts on it. He revealed a very disturbing fact that no one had known before. It was the unbelievable bounty that had been placed on his head.
Yeah. Do you feel like you got money on your head?
I done heard a few rumors in the streets, but yeah, something like that.
Because I've heard you say that before. I've heard multiple people say that before publicly, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a crazy figure? Are we talking big money, or is this or?
I say it's a pretty penny. So it's a pretty penny.
I mean, is around what 100?
I heard that. I heard 50 one time. I heard 80 one time. I heard a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no telling if it's true or not, but I heard a lot of shit.
I mean,